there is a star system that stands at the edge of the familiar. A system where stars rage with flares. Where an alien world orbits in the dark. Where life might cling to the narrow space between fire and ice. And where, one day, humanity may take its first steps as an interstellar species. This is the story of the stars next door, and our first doorway to the galaxy beyond. How far is Alpha Centauri? It appears as a single dot in the night sky, visible mostly from the southern hemisphere. It's close, but our fastest spacecraft would still take over 70,000 years to cross the 25 trillion miles of void to get there. But just beyond the edge of our solar system, 4.37 light-years away, we find Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to our own. The stars in this system, however, are remarkable. There are 3 of them. Alpha Centauri A and B. Alpha Centauri A, a main sequence star. Its mass is about 10% greater than our Sun's, and its radius about 22% larger. But overall, it's strikingly similar to our own star. Alpha Centauri B is also a main sequence star. A little smaller and cooler than its sibling. With a mass about 90% that of the Sun, and a diameter 14% smaller. Despite being smaller, Alpha Centauri B emits more X-ray radiation than its larger companion. Together, these two form a binary system, orbiting a common center of mass. They're locked in elongated paths that carry them around each other every 80 years. Proxima Centauri, the closest star to us. Farther out we find the third star of the system, Proxima Centauri, a main sequence red dwarf. The smallest star of the trio, yet the one truly closest to us. Its orbital path is so vast, it takes more than 500,000 years to complete a single revolution. Its mass is only about 12% of our Sun's. And it shines more than 20,000 times fainter, making it invisible to the naked eye. Proxima Centauri is surrounded by 2 vast dust cloud rings. But in 2016, hidden beyond those clouds, something extraordinary was discovered. Proxima b, the closest exoplanet humankind has ever found. Proxima b, the closest exoplanet ever found. Its density suggests a rocky composition, and its size is estimated to be just slightly larger than our home, with a mass around 6% greater than Earth's. Its surface gravity should feel remarkably familiar. It orbits incredibly close to its Sun, just 7.5 million kilometers away. 8 times closer than Mercury orbits the Sun. A single year on this world lasts just 11 days. Yet at this extreme distance, the planet sits within the habitable zone. The region around a star where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist. But this closeness comes at a cost? Is Proxima b habitable? Because Proxima b orbits so tightly, it is likely tidally locked. One side always faces the star, baking in endless sunlight and radiation. With temperatures reaching 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And radiation bombarding the surface, the terrain is desert-like and devoid of all life. On the far side, the world is locked in eternal night. Temperatures could plunge below -150 degrees Celsius, -238 degrees Fahrenheit. Freezing the ground in ice that never melts. Any atmosphere here would collapse as frost onto the surface, leaving the land barren and uninhabitable. But in the thin twilight strip between extremes, conditions could be just right. A narrow corridor of ocean, mist, and warmth. Here, the atmosphere might stabilize, and water could flow in liquid form. This is the Terminator line, and if life has ever taken hold here, it would not resemble what we know. An alien world. Sunlight here is weaker. To survive, plants would need to harvest every photon. Vegetation may be deep green, or even black, soaked with pigments and evolved to trap what little light reaches the ground. Leaves might grow broad and waxy, armored against solar flares and bursts of radiation. Life here would be shaped not by seasons, but by shadows. But life would face challenges. A star that rages with flares. As the star is prone to massive stellar flares that can strip a planet's atmosphere bare. But if Proxima b has a strong enough magnetic field, life could survive. And Proxima b is not alone. Proxima b is not alone. Astronomers have detected 2 more planets orbiting this red dwarf. The first is Proxima c, a so-called mini-Neptune. It orbits much farther out, at a distance of about 200 million kilometers, far beyond the habitable zone. Its surface would be frozen, with average temperatures far below -200 degrees Celsius -328 degrees Fahrenheit. Then there's Proxima d, a tiny rocky world. At just 25% the mass of Earth, it is one of the lightest exoplanets ever detected. But it lies only 4 million kilometers from its star. At such an extreme distance, its year lasts just 5 days. And its surface would be scorched and lifeless. Getting there won't be easy. Taken together, these worlds form a system of extremes. And reaching them would open an entirely new chapter in exploration. But getting to Alpha Centauri will not be an easy task. A bold idea, however, is taking shape. Breakthrough Starshot. Tiny spacecraft, just centimeters wide, powered by solar sails. They would be propelled by a ground-based laser array, accelerating them to 20% the speed of light. At those speeds, a probe could reach Alpha Centauri in just over 20 years. The first interstellar mission. Not carrying people, but instruments, cameras, and sensors. What will happen when we arrive? But when we finally arrive, it will mark a turning point unlike any in history. The moment we set foot on one of these worlds will be the moment humanity becomes an interstellar species. No longer just of Earth, but of many stars. For now, it is distant. But someday, we may get there. Leave the comfort of our solar system. Push beyond the familiar. And find ourselves standing on a new world. Looking up at a different sun. Knowing we are no longer just of Earth, but of many stars.